What's going on, everybody? Bryan Power back with the Power 5 for Week 9 of college football. I've got trends galore this week for you. Find out which favorite is in a 1-11 ATS situation this week, which dog is on a 6-0 ATS run at home, and an incredible 13-1 ATS coaching trend. I've got my Power Play of the Week as well for you, but of course, as we always do here on the Power 5, let's start things off by bringing up the WagerTalk.com live odds screen to see how the market is moving. And rather than go over every single line move for Saturday, and there are obviously a lot of them, and they could keep moving over the next 24 hours, full disclosure, I'm recording on Friday, I just want to focus on two specific games for this section, because they both fit a trend we've seen play out over the course of the entire college football season. The trend is this. When two ranked teams meet, the favorite has gone 19-6 straight up and 17-7-1 against the spread. Sure enough, we have two ranked versus ranked matchups this week. Number 8 Oregon at number 13 Utah, number 20 Duke at number 18 Louisville. In both instances, the favorite has taken money. So perhaps bettors are aware of the trend I just laid out for you. Oregon up to -6.5 after opening -4.5. My view, that is a lot of points to be laying at Rice-Eccles, where Utah has not lost in front of fans since 2018. Ironically enough, though, that 2018 loss, which was to Washington, was the last time the Utes were a home dog. The only time they've lost at home since was 2020, which was the COVID season, no fans present. You recall that I said the last time they lost in front of fans was 2018 when they were the home dog against Washington. Now, Louisville, moving to the second ranked versus ranked matchup this week, they've taken some more money, it looks, Friday morning. They're out to -5 at one prominent sports book, Circa. The rest of the market still has the Cardinals at -4.5 as of this recording. Louisville open -4. The key thing to monitor for this one, the status of Duke quarterback Riley Leonard. The Blue Devils were leading Florida State with Leonard in the game last week, but after he left, they wound up losing by 18. So this is a second ranked versus ranked matchup for Duke. Again, they did not cover as an underdog last week, and that has been the norm in these top 25 battles, the underdog failing to cover. Moving to our sell high segment, where we look to identify a team that's overvalued or maybe in a letdown or look ahead spot. And real quick, we swept our sell high and buy low spots last week on both the college football and NFL editions of the Power 5. In NFL, we told you to sell high on Detroit and buy low on New England. Boy, did those calls turn out to be correct. Meanwhile, in college, both our sell high, Iowa, and our buy low, Wake Forest, came right down to the wire, but that was another 2-0 sweep. So for this week, I'm choosing to sell high on Oklahoma State. The Cowboys have pulled 3 consecutive outright upsets, winning as underdogs against Kansas State, Kansas, and West Virginia. All of those wins were revenge spots for Mike Gundy's team, who is now being asked to win by margin against a Cincinnati team that is 0-5 straight up and ATS its last 5 games. 3 of those, though, the Bearcats were favored, since he also finished with the edge in total yards in 3 of those 5 losses. So while admittedly Cincinnati's been playing poorly, in terms of the final results, I don't think that tells the full and complete story for the Bearcats. Back to Oklahoma State, though. They have Bedlam on deck. That's the annual rivalry versus Oklahoma. But what seals the deal for me here is the last 12 college football teams to pull 3 consecutive outright upsets, like Oklahoma State has, are just 1-11 against the spread the following week, provided they are favored by 4 or more points and the opponent is not off a win by 24 or more points. We know Cincinnati is certainly not off a win by more than 24 here. They lost 32-29 to Baylor last week. So for sell high this week, fade Oklahoma State, laying 7.5. Now to buy low, this is a team I talked about earlier in the week on the college football show. I like Kentucky. After back-to-back losses, getting points at home as they are coming off a bye and facing a Tennessee team off a demoralizing loss at Alabama last week. The Vols led 20-7 at halftime in Tuscaloosa, but ended up not even covering the spread as their offense was shut out in the second half. Kentucky head coach Mark Stoops, he's been outstanding as an underdog in his career, especially at home where he's covered 6 straight times getting points. This Kentucky-Tennessee rivalry my opinion, it means far more to the Wildcats, and at least I think so. And they're looking to avenge an embarrassing 44-6 loss down in Knoxville last season. Tennessee is down relative to 2022, especially offensively. This spot screams take the points. Kentucky plus 3.5 is this week's buy low spot. What do you think of the sell high and buy low spots? Let me know down in the comments section. And while you're at it, how about smashing that like button? Give the Power 5 a thumbs up. And if you already haven't done so, make sure you're subscribed to the WagerTalk YouTube page so you don't miss any of our exclusive sports betting content. Tons of game previews for college football and NFL this week. Don't miss the NFL edition of the Power 5 as well. Stat of the day, got this one from Mark Lawrence's playbook. Kansas head coach Lance Leipold is an incredible 13-1-1 ATS at home in his career when facing an opponent with a win percentage of 700 or greater. This week, Leipold's Kansas team hosts unbeaten Oklahoma. Head on over to my page right now, wt.buzz/BP, to find out how I'm playing that game. I've got a free play up for you right there on my page. And I've got 8 college football winners in all set for Saturday. You can get them right now, just $29, or an even better deal is to take advantage of WagerTalk's year-end special, where for less than $59 per week, you get all of my selections for the next 9 NFL Sundays, the remainder of the college football regular season, plus the majority of the bowls, NBA, college hoops, which is starting November 6th, and soccer. I've already won my first 2 NBA selections of the season. Soccer hitting over 60% this season. I'm coming off wins both Monday night, I was 2-0, and Thursday night, Bills were the first leg of a teaser in the NFL. Head on over to my page. Again, that's wt.buzz/BP right now to take advantage. Okay, let's wrap it up with the power play of the week, and it's going to be Cal plus 11 at home versus USC. I did a detailed breakdown on this matchup elsewhere on the WagerTalk YouTube channel. Feel free to check that out if you're so inclined, but here's the long and short of it. This is a terrible spot for USC. No longer has a shot at the college football playoff after suffering back-to-back losses. Caleb Williams is not going to win a second straight Heisman. Head coach Lincoln Riley has missed practice this week as he's being treated for pneumonia. Get well soon, Coach Riley. And the Trojans' defense has been absolutely putrid, especially the last 5 games where they've given up an average of 38.4 points. Cal, like USC, on an 0-5 ATS losing skid. However, the Bears are at home, catching points, and off a bye. Running back Jaden Ott should have success running the ball. USC, their stud defensive lineman, he's out for the first half due to a targeting suspension. Take the points with California. That's your power play of the week. And that does it for the Power 5 for Week 9 of college football. Check me out on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Bryan Power _wins. Until next time, let's catch some tickets.